Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and it's time for another recap of Love and Hip Hop ATL, aka The Young and the Ratchet. And yesterday was the first time in 2 months that I've been able to live tweet on Twitter, and we had a good old funky ass time. I really miss live tweeting with everybody, and I had such a good time. I went in, we had fun, there were plenty of jokes, lots of memes. So let's go ahead and break down part 3 of the reunion. Part 3 of the reunion, it starts by Sommore interviewing Nikko and Mimi about the whole sex tape situation. So this whole situation is just a mess. Nikko is still standing to his story. Nikko is still saying that it was not his fault. He did not leak the tape on purpose. He's claiming that Mimi was with him at the airport when the bags got stolen. And Sommore's like, you know what, but nobody believes you though. That's the problem. So we feel like you need to take a lie detector test. And Nikko's like, I'm telling the truth and I'm not going to take a lie detector test. So then Sommore asks the audience, are you guys team Nikko or are you guys team Liko? And when I tell y'all within an hour, team Liko was trending #1 on Twitter. I fell the hell out when I seen the trending topic. So nobody was buying Nikko's story. You know, it's like he just kept contradicting himself. He started screaming about loyalty and how he needs people who are loyal to him. And it's like, bitch, you're not loyal. You know what I'm saying? You have a wife and you got Mimi. You know, it's like, what's up with this? And then another thing that was irritating me is Ariane had so much to say. I'm like, what the hell is Ariane's storyline? Because it seems like this bitch is always reporting from another bitch's business. Now fucks with Ariane, she's a beautiful girl. But in my personal opinion, I feel like this. Mimi is grown and Mimi's gonna do what she wants to do. And I feel like Ariane is wasting her breath by constantly chastising Nikko and Mimi. It's like, ma'am, live your own life. It seems like she's so concerned about their life as opposed to living her own life. And after a while, it just got really, really annoying. Another person who started to annoy me as well was Miss Deb. It's like every 2 minutes, here goes her raspy voice. Nikko, you not taking responsibility, and I'm not cool with that because Mimi done took all her responsibility. She done owned up to all her shit. It's like, damn, Miss Deb, can you focus on Tammy and Waka? Why are you so concerned with Mimi and Nikko? I know Sommore was looking at Miss Deb like, bitch, can I do my job? I'm gonna need Mona Scott to hire Miss Deb next season because to me, Miss Deb was a better host than Sommore. She kept talking, but she was making some really, really valid points. But it's like every 2 minutes, she had something to say about Mimi and Nikko's situation. And then the craziest part is Mimi then has the nerve to try and brag about how her and Nikko are the first African Americans to sell a porn tape that quickly, and that they also garnered the biggest deal with Vivid Entertainment. I'm like, why is this bitch acting like she's the Rosa Parks of porn? Like, nobody cares. You didn't cure cancer. You didn't cure HIV. You're talking about your porn tapes beat Kim Kardashian's. Like, that's something to be proud of. You know, I'm like, I just don't understand Mimi. And then it just seemed like she was almost defending Nikko and kind of going at Ariane. It's like she was trying to snap on Nikko, but then she kept, you know, snapping on everybody else. And I'm like, something ain't right. And Sommore picked up on that, and Sommore asked Mimi, like, hey, Mimi, so now that you know that Nikko's married, are you and him still messing around? What's up with y'all? Because Nikko's sitting here like, you know, we're trying to work things out. And then Mimi admitted to everybody that she is still smashing Nikko. So I'm like, this woman is just ratchet. Point blank, period. You know he's still married, but you're still smashing him. You claim that he leaked the sex tape and that you can't stand him. He's not shit. But once again, the dick must be real good because that dick got Mimi all the way dickmatized. So while Mimi's sitting there all dickmatized and shit, Sommore decides to ask Mama D what she thought about the porn tape. And Mama D starts carrying on about how the porn tape made her feel all freaky and how she had to get her a young man to put it on her. And I'm sitting there watching this shit like, bitch, I'm gonna need you to never, ever talk about you, porn, and getting freaky again in life. I'm gonna need Mama D's ass to stop worrying about some young dick and figure out why her teeth ain't loyal. I know y'all done seen that damn video of hers that done went viral across the internet where her teeth fell out her mouth. If you have not seen this video, go ahead and check it out real quick. This shit is crazy.
Can I get a witness tonight? Oh my goodness. Yes.
Alright, so y'all just seen that video of Mama D looking like a ratchet ass Yolanda Adams. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next couple on the Love and Hip Hop reunion. So after the whole Nikko and Mimi porn tape discussion, they then move on to Kalina and Tony. And honestly, nobody gave a fuck. Ashley was there and she was looking like the bride of Chucky. She had on this bright blonde wig and she was just wilding out, running her mouth. And Kalina was talking about basically how she's bisexual and she's always had a crush on Ashley. And Ashley got an ass and they just started messing with each other. She met her on a video shoot. She did more time gloating and talking about Ashley than her own damn husband. They spent more time on Ashley than these damn damn 9 kids that Tony got out here scattered all over the country. You know, it's like, why are y'all so focused? Why is Ashley y'all storyline as opposed to all these children that you guys have out here? You know, it's just, I don't know, the whole situation was crazy. She barely even talked about her pregnancy. It's like everything was about Ashley's ass. I don't even call her Ashley. I call her Ashley. Like, that's supposed to be a compliment. You know, and Ashley's just sitting there all boosted. And then, so then Sommore asks Ashley, have you ever had a threesome with you, Tony, and Kalina? And Ashley's like, oh, hell no. I'm saving that threesome for my husband. And I'm sitting there looking at these two bitches like they are obviously lesbians. Both of these women are gay, but they're trying to hide this gay facade by pretending to be bisexual or pretending to still be straight. She's talking about having a husband. Kalina is pregnant and supposedly married, but in the same time, they're talking about this whole lesbian affair. You know, it's just bullshit. If this was two men talking about having sex with each other and still having wives and everything else, nobody would accept that. People would be going in if this was two gay men behaving in the manner that Ashley and Kalina are behaving in. Folks would be going in on these two guys, but because it's women, it's supposed to be sexy. To me, they both just came off as trashy as hell. And then what was so funny is that Sommore had the nerve to ask Kirk if he was willing to bring a woman into the bedroom for him and Rashida. And Kirk made sure to answer that question 100% correct. He was like, nope, I would never bring another female into our relationship because Rashida ain't having that. And then they asked Young Jock, and Young Jock is like, you know what? This is the cast of Love and Hip Hop ATL. Everybody knows freaky shit happens in ATL, and you can't tell me that everybody on this stage ain't never had a threesome. Young Jock has several damn seats. Not everybody in the world has had a threesome. Some people enjoy it, you know, to each its own. Whatever you like to do in your bedroom, that's your business. But other people are just content with just sleeping with one person. Because as you all know, herpes is the gift that keeps on fucking giving. And folks need to be careful while they out here eating cat and sucking dick and doing all this and that. I didn't hear not one person say anything about protection, condoms, or anything like that. So that whole situation to me is just a mess, that they're just screwing each other, messing with each other. Now you got a baby involved in the situation. Kalina, Tony, Ashley, I can't stand their storyline. Moving on to the next couple at hand. So then after the little reunion, they decide to meet up with Benzino and Althea because they have been refusing to meet up with the Love and Hip Hop producers. So after a week of pressure, Benzino and Althea finally decide to meet with the Love and Hip Hop producer. I believe his name is Steven, but don't take my word for it. So anyway, Steven is doing his job. He's steadily asking Benzino questions about the reunion. Did you hit Joseline? You know, do you feel like you guys started it? This no-neck fool is steadily screaming no comment. You know, now he's asking Althea questions, and then he's telling Althea to tell the producer no comment. So then the producer gets mad. He's like, okay, well then why did y'all come? Why did y'all come to be interviewed if everything I asked you're going to scream no comment? So the producer's like, you know what, I'm done, because everybody else is willing to talk. But since you're not willing to talk, Benzino, the interview's over. So then Benzino gets up in his feelings, because of course that means that if they're not going to interview him the way that he wants, he will not get any camera time. So then all of a sudden Benzino just becomes bowdy. He becomes 6'9". Fuck you, Steven, you got me fucked up. He just starts flipping out. I'm like, what is wrong with this dude? Folks want to continuously act like Joseline and Stevie are ratchet, but I keep telling y'all, Benzino and Althea are just as ratchet as Stevie and Joseline. I don't understand why people keep giving this man a pass. This man acts like he's 19 years old as opposed to being 53. Why are you cussing out the producers? Because you refuse to open your mouth and answer their questions. You know this is a show. They're going to ask you these questions. They're trying to, you know, basically interview guys so they can finish editing and getting this damn reunion up on time. And you fucking up progress. I don't blame him for walking off and saying, you know what, if you're not going to speak and the only words that are going to come out your mouth is no comment, well then we can dead the interview. So then Benzino felt stupid. Everybody walked off on him and let him throw his little tantrum. And then about 30 minutes later, he decided to calm the hell down and become the adult that he is. And then he told the producer he was sorry. The producer didn't accept his apology. He was just like, whatever. Anyways, let's get back to the interview. So he had me cracking up when he did that. He just played him to the left and was like, anyways, you need to answer these questions. I want to know why you said that Stevie and Joseline were on cocaine. And did you hit Joseline? And what was so funny is that when they asked him about hitting Joseline, he didn't want to say anything. He's like, well, I just don't want to speak on that. He spoke about the whole cocaine issue. But the thing is, don't be ashamed now, because when he hit Joseline in the head, he sat there on stage and was bragging about it. Yup, I hit that bitch in the head. I hit her in the head. He was bragging about it. We couldn't even tell what happened because the fight was so crazy and so fast. We didn't know that he hit Joseline until he started bragging about hitting Joseline. But now that folks called you out on it, now you're embarrassed because you hit a female who was not coming at you. Your girl was coming at Thea, and if her ass can't fight, then you should let her take that L. Point blank, period. I could see she was getting jumped, but it was one-on-one. And she's seeing Joseline running towards her, so Thea should have got up and threw them things, or else shut the hell up talking and running her damn mouth. So that whole situation had me pissed off with Benzino and Althea, because it's like they was just trying too hard to be cutesy wootsy. And then another thing that irritated me is that the producer was like, you've been through a lot this year. You know, you got shot, your mother died, you lost your best friend. And then here comes Althea. Yeah, but he gained a wife. Oh, so gaining some ratchet wife that he's only known for literally 3 months is supposed to be some type of compensation for him losing his mom, getting shot, and losing his best friend that he's known for over 20 years. Althea, I'm gonna need your ass to have several fucking seats for that stupid ass comment. Okay, thank you. So now moving on to Stevie J and Joseline. So then they decided to go and interview them, and Joseline was all the way turned up. The Puerto Rican princess, aka the Puerto Rican Debo, her ass was on 100, okay? Any question they asked her, she had an answer right there and then. She did not give a damn. They were asking like, why did you feel the need to fight Mimi and Tammy and Althea? And she was like, because I told all them hoes, when I see you guys, I'ma whoop y'all ass. Because y'all talk so much shit, but then when I see you, it's a whole nother thing. So I was just like, you know what, Joseline is just too damn much. And the producer told her that Erica Dixon basically said that she had a feeling that Joseline came there to fight because Joseline was not dressed as eloquently as everybody else. And then Joseline has a hard time pronouncing eloquently. She's like, elegantly, eloquent, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Whatever I wear is sexy. I'm sexy no matter what. They look thrifty. They look like some 12-year-olds going to prom. Miss Hernandez don't dress like that. I dress sexy, baby. And I'm like, this woman is so fucking arrogant and full of herself. It's insane. And then they ask her, you know, do you have anger issues? Are you on drugs? And she's like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I smoke weed. I don't do nothing else. Bitch, I have to give her the side on that one, because the way she was sweating and crying and screaming in that booth, we know you was popping a few miles. Pop the molly and I'm sweating. Woo! Pop the molly and I'm sweating. Woo! Like, stop, Joseline. You're doing a lot more than just weed, okay? Thank you. So then they ended up asking her about the whole situation, you know, with her and Tammy. And she was making little comments like, yeah, I had to beat her. I didn't give a damn. I wouldn't have attacked her because I seen her. I had to, you know, take that smile off her pretty face. So you can definitely tell there's like some underlying, you know, jealousy there of Tammy, because she was even commenting saying that Tammy was pretty. And, you know, that's why she felt the need to, you know, almost attack her. But also on top of the fact that Tammy was trying to play her and, you know, be cool with her, but then run back and go talk to her enemies. So it's like Joseline's just a, you know, she's just by her own at this point. She really don't have no friends on the show. She's like, as long as she has her man, she don't care. It's like her and Steve are trying to be the king and queen of Love and Hip Hop, because that's all they have going for themselves. You know, and then finally they asked Stevie J about smashing Althea and saying, you know what I'm saying, why weren't you honest with Joseline about having sex with her? He claims that he wasn't honest because he didn't want to lose Joseline, you know, and Joseline was like, you know, I don't give a damn because I already knew, because that's how Stevie J is. And to me it was just funny because it's called karma, and it's called you were sleeping with him when he was with Mimi, and you know he was fucking other bitches while he was with you. You know, the same way you get them is how you lose them. So I don't understand how she can be mad or feel any type of way. And then they asked her about the marriage certificate, since they had such a hard time trying to figure out when they got married. It's like they don't know if they got married in June or July 29th, and it pisses me off because now my birthday is forever attached with ratchetness. When you think about July 29th, you will not be thinking, oh, that's T's birthday, let me wish her happy birthday. You're going to be thinking about these damn hood boogers and their fake wedding anniversary. And then they ask her, okay, well, since you had the marriage certificate with you, can we see it? So she goes digging in her bag, and of course she's like, oops, oh no, I don't have it. I must have left it at home. But if you want to see it, how much you gonna pay for it? And I'm like, really, Joseline, I'm gonna need you to have several damn seats. It's so obvious that her and Stevie J are not married, and they're just trying to put on this facade because they're just trying to spin some type of storyline for next season. So the reunion to me was crazy. It was not all that. You know, it was very lackluster, and it damn sure should have been done in 1 to 2 episodes. They didn't need to stretch this out for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Joseline has really made this show. If it wasn't for Joseline, her fuckery, her fighting, none of these fools would have a storyline, and nobody would be checking for them. So I feel like Mona Scott needs to send Joseline a bonus check, because she made a lot of these girls relevant, including Althea, Tammy, everybody else. You know, Mimi was doing her own thing. Kirk and Rashida, they're doing them. Erica and Scrappy, they got their little storyline. But really, Tammy and Waka don't really have a storyline like that. Althea is just trying to get involved with Benzino now. Carly really doesn't have a storyline. So it's kind of like all the drama that Joseline created throughout the season is what really brought people in to watch the show day after day. But now the show is over. I had a really good time doing these recaps for the past few months, and I thank you guys for supporting my channel, support my recaps. And I definitely enjoyed doing all my live tweets when I had a chance to do them. So Love and Hip Hop LA will be coming up. A lot of folks have been asking me to review that as well. So if I have time, I will start reviewing Love and Hip Hop LA. Sunday. But for now, my main thing was to review Love and Hip Hop ATL because it is my favorite series out of all of the series. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this last episode of part 3 of the reunion. What did you think about the situation? What did you think about Nikko and Mimi? What did you think about Joseline and everything she had to say? What did you think about Benzino? So go ahead and leave your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time. All right, deuces.